This conference will now be recorded.
So okay, access control is like normal. Okay, so normal like who can access, like whether we can share our files or object to other account and public access. Just normal access, public, private, or other account. Okay, so if you see public access settings. Okay. So access control list. Using access control list, so we can save all the objects to public or the other account or other accounts also. Other accounts also. You can see here. Other accounts are public also. We can say that using access control list. So bucket policy means this is different. This is important also. Like for example, I have a bucket in my okay. So in S3. So same account you and me already have access, right? So all with three guys. So okay, so we don't need to give access to all these three guys. Only Uday can access that bucket. Only belongs to Uday project or Uday something Uday project something like that. Only that bucket should be accessed by only Uday. So it's not accessed by others. So like this, we can define some rules, some policies. Okay. For example, here I have buckets, right? You can see. So okay, if I create AI users, if you have access to my AWS account, you can access all these buckets. Okay. For example, take in one bucket. This bucket you should access only by Uday, so not by Hari or Ram or XYZ and all. So we can restrict that bucket access to only some users, some particular users, or one user or multiple users or group, whatever it may be. Okay. So instead of accessing all users, for example, okay, in production, right? So there are like hundred of users. Okay. So 100 users, you should not access this particular bucket. This bucket should be accessed by only particular users, only one group or one user or multiple users, something. So like that, we can define the policies, bucket policies. So who can access, where can access, which account, from which account he can access, who can access, those things. And we can define the in bucket policies. Okay, Uday?
But that thing we can configure with IAM policies also, no?
What's IAM policy for what?
ISM, IAM permission. Suppose I have multiple users in my account and I
Mhm.
want to give access to S3 or not. That I can do with IAM permissions, right?
That is for the entire S3, right? Not for a particular bucket, entire S3. Here we are talking about one different bucket.
Acha, okay. So bucket level access.
Yeah. Yeah. So they can see anybody can access S3 based on their policies, whether it's read only, read it, whatever it may be. But particular bucket, so they won't access. For example, take this. Okay, for this bucket, I will give access only for Uday. The remaining guys are not, they can access whatever it may be all this is. But particular bucket, you will not access the particular bucket. So we can define it is a bucket level permissions. The policy is entire for S3 level.
Okay, okay.
Okay, it's very important in production, right? For example, take it on production sometimes the users will request to create bucket and all. Okay, for example, XYZ requested to create bucket, we will create bucket. By default, that bucket it will be accessible by all users by default. But it only belongs to XYZ users only, right? So we can define, okay. So we have to configure some rules, some policies, bucket policies. You should be accessed by only XYZ. For okay. So no one can access that particular bucket.
Can we see the example uh, practically?
Yeah, we can see.
Okay,
We will configure.
okay.
Take it in a bucket. So take it in a bucket. Permissions, bucket policy. Here, if you are comfortable with the JSON JSON script, JSON, okay, you can write here JSON script. Otherwise, you can go here, policy generator. Here, this is kind of console, like GUI. Here, if you like, if you have like much skills in JSON, you can write a JSON script. Or click policy generator. So here you can select S3 bucket policy, allow or deny, whatever it may be. Principal. Principal means who can access. You can see here. Example. Person who receives the permission in this statement. Example, for an IAM user named Zoe, the principal is something like that. Means yes, principal means who can access. Who can access. Here we can define the IAM username. For example, here if I define Uday, this bucket will be accessed by only Uday. Okay, Uday?
Yes. Okay.
So take this example. It's very, very important today. In interview, definitely they will ask. In production, so daily we will deal with these examples, with these bucket policies. It's very important.
Okay.
In interview, definitely they will ask.
I was going through in the morning. I was going through this bucket policy and ACL, so I got a little bit confused.
Okay.
So in the same thing, I got confused because IAM permissions also, gives us, one option to limit access. Then why bucket
Okay.
policy is there? So I just now it got cleared.
Okay. So here I'm trying for that example, the principal example. But okay. Here, right? So we should give like this. You can see that either ARN, AWS, IAM, and that what account name and the username. We should follow that fully. Otherwise, what I will do? I'll go to any ARN. So IAM policies, right? It's the entire for S3 and S3 service. Okay. Bucket policy is only for bucket level. Only for bucket level. So go IAM.
Okay.
Take any users. Take RAM. So RAM. Okay. Just this is the RAM. Okay, copy this thing. Put it here. And see here. So ARN, AWS, IAM is correct, right? AWS, IAM. Okay. Okay. Zoe. Okay, the principal data to support Zoe, right? Means here, right? Just I given some this okay. Now here from this account, RAM only RAM can access that bucket. So AWS service. So S3 action, whatever action you want, will create or delete or something, whatever action you want, you can provide here. Which is that bucket. Okay. So whatever you can see here, get bucket public. So many things. Okay. So put up it means like uploading. So object SES, whatever action you want, you can provide here. Here I will give all actions. Imagine resource name ARN. It should be like this. Bucket name. What's the bucket name? This one. Just copy paste here. Simple. Correct. Without spaces. Array. Copy this thing. Correctly. So ARN, AWS, S3 bucket name. bucket name. Okay, that will be enough. Key name is the any particular file. You can see it. Key name. Key name is the prefix, any file, any object in that bucket. So like that also you can define it. Okay, any questions over here?
No question, Ram.
Principal, very important. In interview, particularly they will ask what's the principal. Particularly they'll ask. So what is the principal in S3 bucket policy? Particularly they'll ask what is the principal. Here principal means you can see here, you can read that one. Person who receives the permission in this statement. Means who can access like the bucket. Okay, it's very important over there. The principal option. You can see here, person who receives the permission in this statement. This one, your ARN, your resource name. Here my resource is S3. So we have to give that full name, the ARN name, like this in this format. As statement. Okay, so generate policy. Just copy paste, copy. So paste here, paste here. Just save it. Done. I think it's saved. It's saved. Okay, it's saved. I think so. It's saved. So now only so only this guy can access this particular bucket. Okay, then
Yes, yes.
you can see here. For example, if I put right, for example, this is my bucket name. In bucket name, you have multiple files, right? Some multiple files, file A, file B, file C, and all. Here you can define that policy for your files also. For example, in that bucket, I have file A. If you give file A, so this guy access only file A in this bucket. So like that.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, right. So that's it, bucket policy. Okay. It's very important, okay. You can see here. So region, cross origin resource sharing. Any idea? Any guesses here? What is the cross origin resources?
Yeah. I think API.
API, no, not API. So here, right? So I have some some bucket here. So here I have some bucket B. Here, right? The bucket name, right? We can define bucket names as a domain names also. That we'll discuss in DNS. I think you know what is the DNS, what is the domain. So here,
Okay.
right, we define bucket names. We can use bucket names as a domain name also, as a domain name, as a DNS or domain name also. That we will discuss in S3. For example, this is my a.com. This is b.com. This is one bucket. This is one bucket. Right? Here I have some objects, some data. Same thing here also. Same thing. I have something. So you can see now. Cross origin resource sharing defines a way for client web applications that are loaded in one domain to interact with the resources in a different location, like cross sharing. Like cross sharing. Simple. So here, this is our bucket. This is our bucket. Here we can define buckets as a one domain. We can configure bucket names as a one domain. That we'll see how to define bucket names as a domain in DNS. For example, this is a.com, this is b.com. Like I can save these resources from this to this, from here to here, here to here. Bucket permissions. So a bucket and objects are private by default. This is bucket S3 permissions. This is not so bucket policies. S3 bucket policies. Here's the bucket policies. This is bucket versioning, life cycles, classes. This is not bucket policies, right? S3 object bucket. Where is S3 bucket policies? Essential hosting, versioning, event, life cycle, storage classes, hosting. Here you can see cross origin resource sharing. Okay. For example, this is one domain. This is one domain. So we can just share the resources. Bucket policy somewhere it is there, okay, in documentation. So later also you can search it. Okay, right. So that's the one thing. So replication, same. The cross region replication. Okay, this is very important for DR purpose or data purpose. The replication. Yesterday we saw it. Analytics, something just okay, it's kind of like taking reports and all. Okay, so taking reports. These are new features. You can enable the storage class analysis for the entire bucket, shared prefix or tags, your access patterns, and suggest the candidate age to transition subject standard. Okay. Just for analyzing purpose, so you can enable these things. How old objects are stored in one bucket. For example, I have okay. So for example, I have one ABC file, some file A. This is standard, okay, for the standard date. So we can come to know. So how many till how many days it is in standard storage class or something. You can see here. Suggest a candidate age to transition object to standard for the life cycle rule. Just for just analyzing this matrix. Say bucket size, it's kind of reports like
Ram,
metrics, all those reports.
hello. Ram, go slow
Hello.
because my screen is freezing.
Oh, okay. Okay, fine. Okay, so this is just reports. Okay, so bucket size, how many bytes so we uploaded per day, all those things. And here we can see that those things. And how many requests, so data transfer, how many data transferred in 1 week, 1 hour, all those just reports, just metrics. Okay, Uday?
Okay.
Inventory, you can receive a file or bucket of inventory on a daily or weekly basis for the entire bucket of a shared prefix. Just this is also one of the reports, like inventory reports. So you don't have any, for example, so create any reports here. So how much size are they, all these things, you can create the reports using this reporting purpose. So we can use all these things. So encryption, right? Encryption is important. So if you see here, encryption. You can see here. So none something. These are the encryption types. AWS KMS. Okay. So key managed service. Key managed service. So it is the default one. AES 256 to encrypt our objects using this thing, right? So you can encrypt the data for security purpose. Okay. So in the IAM, right, essentially we saw. So there in IAM we can upload some keys if you have any custom keys. Okay. So here if you have any, okay, here you can use those custom keys if you have any. Okay, Uday?
Yes, Ram. Regarding this encryption, can we see it practically how it works? Because the theory I know that this is server-side encryption, but
Okay.
practically I don't know use of it. How to use basically encryption? Just we have to just enable it, or we have to share keys to user or something like that. What?
No, it's not into share. Okay. For example, here, okay, I use the default AES. Okay. So if applying, yeah, so we bucket policy. Just go here. So properties. Save. You can save this thing like just encryption. Okay. So AES. Okay. Now here I enable the AES keys for this thing for particular bucket and particular bucket. So you see, so you're right. How to explain? Bah. Mm. So here we can't see that like, decoding those things and all. Okay. For if you see Ansible, right? Yeah, Ansible. So we saw some Ansible vault. I remember that Ansible vault. Hello.
Yes, Ram.
I remember that Ansible vault in Ansible.
No, actually, right now.
Okay. If you see Ansible vault, right, there we can see some code decoding 11000110 something like that. Here we can't see those things now. Okay, but just for security purpose, we can enable that one. If you enable, so someone just security that okay, no one can access so no one can hack all those things. But here we can't see that like Ansible in Linux. If you see in Ansible, there we can see some coding and decoding 111000 something and all. Okay. Here we can't see, but if we enable that encryption, so yeah, others like any they no one can hack that servers, nobody can access those things.
Yes,
First,
my point is what suppose there is a
uh-huh.
bucket and we enable encryption. So either
Okay,
we can enable AES 256 or AMS encryption.
okay,
We have enabled
okay,
it. Now
okay.
that object is automatically get encrypted with that particular key. Correct?
In the data center, yes, in the back of the data center, yes.
Yes. Now, suppose any user is there, he want to access the data, okay,
Mhm,
and we have provided access to him, okay, to that
mhm,
user, or we
mhm.
have made that bucket public. So that time, do we need to provide, ac- that decoding keys to user, or user can directly access it?
So they can access. If you see here, for this bucket, I enable that keys. I made it public. I can access. Okay, I think I can access this one. If you have public access, you can see it. No, for users can access their level. Users on you and me, you can access. But in backend level, so those guys, AWS the backend level, so they can't access. They can't see our data.
Okay. So there is nothing like sharing keys or something like that, right? It is just we
Nothing.
have to enable it and disable it. That's it.
Yes, that's it. Nothing like that.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Great.
So that is the one thing. These are the major important and major topics. So the remaining things, right? So that okay. So this is metadata, the key value pair. That okay. For each and every, if you upload something in object, each and every object, it will get the one unique ID if you enable the metadata. So object flag to just to protect, like accidental remove that accidental deleting and all. You can log the objects. If you log the objects, it will not delete. For example, by mistake, same thing in IIM, right? In AMI we have an option. So okay, same thing here also, by mistake. Okay, so like by mistake, so to protect accidental removals and so you can enable the this object lock option. Tax, just to track cost and all, so you can use the tax. Just these are just logs. Just okay. So you can enable the logs if you want. Versioning already Windows, already it's Windows. Okay. Here also same thing. Okay. That object lock to delete, prevent objects from being deleted. So tags, transfer, enable fast, easy, and secure transfers of files to and from your bucket. Just to increase the latency and the network speed and all. So you can enable the this one. Events, just notifications. If you upload, delete something, you will get the notifications. You can see requested pairs. For example, so I have one bucket, bucket A. I am the owner of bucket A. In my bucket, you can upload your data, and the bill also you can pay. The requester, instead of the bucket owner, will pay for request and data transfer. Same. For example, I have bucket A. I am the owner of the bucket A. In my bucket, you can upload your data and bill also you can pay.
Got it.
So okay, Uday. So these are all the S3.
Ram, regarding S3, there is one interview question that suppose I have S3 bucket in one region and there are uh, uh, 1 million objects. Okay,
1 million. Okay.
1 million objects in S3 bucket, and I want
Okay.
to transfer that, and all objects are like 1 kb, 2 kb, 3 kb, like that. Okay, and I
Okay.
want to transfer all those objects to another bucket.
Okay.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
uh, and want to change storage class. Okay,
Okay.
or rather, instead of S3 bucket, I want to upload it to Glacier for archiving. How I
Okay.
am going to do it in a most cost effective way?
Okay. Yeah. You have like millions of objects, like with small objects, small files, KB in
Yes,
KBs or MBs. So, and you want to change the storage class and you want to move all these objects to some other bucket, right?
I want to move that all object to another bucket and want to store change storage class to Glacier.
Storage, yes, storage class also. Yes. So in console, right? So we can't do that one. So in console, it's very difficult. Then you can use any command lines, commands, or scripting. Commands or scripting, something. You have Python scripting. You see.
My question is, suppose now in this situation, if suppose mount, I will mount that S3 bucket on EC2. Okay.
Uh, uh,
Uh, what my friend suggested is there is one option that I will mount S3 bucket on EC2 instance. Then,
okay.
with the help of command line, I will archive. I will use tar archive to archive all those objects and create one archive.
Uh, yes. Okay. Fine. Yes. Correct.
Okay.
Like Linux.
And then I will transfer that archive file to another S3 bucket and
Uh,
change its storage class.
yes. Yeah.
So
Same
is
in
this correct answer?
yes, correct. Yes, we can do like that also. Yeah. We can mount in S3 in EC2.
Okay, but can RAR file be uploaded in S3?
Sorry.
I mean, a RAR or zip file can be uploaded in S3? Can we upload zip file or WinRAR file in S3?
We can upload. I think so. Okay, we can upload. We can upload. Uday.
Okay.
If you see here, I'll upload. See. So take anyone. I think I don't. Oh, okay. You can see I have some other file like some MF format or zip file or tar files. I don't have my laptop. We can what any type of objects you can upload in any type.
Okay.
You can upload. Okay. So here you can see here. So you can mount your S3 bucket on S3 and EC2. Okay. So you can see the commands also. If you want this documentation, you can search in Google or I will ping you in here. Go to the chat. And you can search in Google also, you will get it, same documentation. Okay, like any other questions? Hello? What's any other questions?
No question.
Okay, right. So that is the S3. Okay, so will can we continue DNS or will see these small topics?
We can see small topic related to this S3 or storage, and we will start Route 53 from next class.
Okay, fine. Okay, right. So we have okay one is trusted advisor. You can see here trusted advisor. Any idea about this trusted advisor?
Trusted advisor. Okay, it gives us advice related to our infrastructure that we created in
Yes.
AWS related to
Yeah.
security. Is it so?
Yeah. Cost optimization, performance, security, fault tolerance, service limits. And this okay, and this type of okay. So they'll it will give us some suggestions, some recommendation. Okay. For example, take cost optimization. Okay. So where so cost is increasing, where we can reduce all those options. It will recommend us. Okay. So take performance. Take security. You can see here security for workers like critical documents. So no problem. Okay, this is a warning. It's kind of warning. This is the error. So action. We must take action. You can see here and security. It is suggesting MFA and root account, security groups, public snapshots, all these things under means on these items we can increase the our security MFAs, okay, security groups, public EBS, public something bucket policies, IAM, okay, password policy, so cloud trial, route 53. Using all these options, all these items, we can increase the security. For example, take here, see here, here something red, like red color, some action recommended. You see here, click, you can see here. So MFA is not enabled on the root account. In my account, I didn't enable the MFA. That's why this way is the error. Action recommended, just activate the MFA. So okay, so something just it will suggest us the something. So where to out okay. So where we should increase the security on our AWS, all those things and all. Same thing, you see any security groups also. Here you can see some error like that symbol. So where it is, 17 security groups rules allows unrestricted access to specific port. In 17 security groups, okay, so I allowed some like unrestricted port something. Restrict, you can see recommendation also. Here if you see here, so okay, here for okay, so for 22, so given like public access something, that's why it is showing the error. Okay, Uday?
It is
Hello,
fantastic service.
sorry.
Yeah, I said this trusted advisor is a very nice service then.
Yes, it's very nice.
Correct.
If you see, so green color, so Amazon EBS public snapshots. I think I don't have zero public snapshots are marked as public. That's right. Here you can see. Just here you can check. So where you can increase the security on your AWS. Same thing. Service limits. You can everything is fine. So everything is fine. All are in limit only. So you see here. So something just items have used that more than 90% of service limit. Just it is so okay if you see something another same performance in free trade, right? In free trade, so performance they will not give the performance. We are using free trade, right? In free trade, so they will not suggest, they will not recommend anything on performance for performance. Here you can see in production where we'll use a business account or enterprise account. So here, so here you can check. So high utilization instances, any that I was all those things, and that large number of rules, large number of security rules, alias record sets. Here, using these items, okay, these items, so you can increase your performance.
And Ram,
Okay,
do we
Uday?
get yes? And do we get same console in business and enterprise account, or they have
Yes,
different console?
yes. Not same console. If it is a retail, if you do 100 crores business also, same console, same color, everything is same.
Okay, okay,
Okay, everything is same. Same thing, cost optimization. So here also they will not recommend in free trade, they will not use this option in free trade. Here you can see. So you can check low utilization instances, any idle load balances, any underutilized EBS volumes. If you have any underutilized EBS volumes, low, okay, you can remove it, you can delete it, and you can save the cost. If there is any unassociated elastic APIs, you can remove, you can save the cost. Okay. Same thing, you can see low utilization imagine. Okay, so for example, there are like less than 10% utilization instances. You can check with customer, and okay, you should not require. You can remove, you can delete the instance. So like that, you can save the cost, your cost.
okay,
This is
okay.
very important. Okay, definitely they will ask. Definitely they will ask how to save cost, how to increase security, performance, something and all. So then you can see at least here, at least remember 5 to 6 parameters for cost. You can see cost at year at least minimum. It's very important, right? Because we have so much. I think 5 plus years experience, right? Definitely they will ask. Here
Okay.
at least remember minimum 5 to 6 parameters. So where we can increase, we can save the cost. You can delete unused EPS values. You can delete unused elastic APIs. So you can optimize, you can customize the low utilization, like low utilization issued instances if anything something under.
Okay.
Same thing, okay. DNS, databases, any low utilization databases, something, okay, all those things under. So yeah, you can see those things. Same thing, performance, where we should increase the performance, using which options, which parameters, so which suggest where we can check at least basic. So where we can increase the performance. Here you can see something, okay. Some options. Please just remember 5 to 6 options for security, performance, fault tolerance. Fault tolerance means auto scaling and load balancer.
Okay.
It's very important. This okay. So you can you can tell them. So using trusted advisor, so we can monitor the trusted advisor based upon trusted advisor parameters. So we can increase security, we can save the cost, and still some options, some parameters where you can so save cost, where you can improve the security, all those things and all. It's very
Okay.
important. Definitely they will ask. Definitely they will ask. A simple question. So, okay. So how to optimize the cost? How to save the cost, and how to increase the security? How to increase the security? For example, tomorrow customer will ask you how to secure my resources in AWS. Just you can see here at least some minimum. Here you can check using these options. So we can provide the security on AWS for your resources.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
So if you want, you can take that, you can download the all these things and all. You can see here downloading. You can download so all these things and all. It will download in Excel. So you can review, you can send customers something whatever you want, you can use it. This Excel sheet.
Okay.
You can see it will download the all those things, all options. IAVs, what are the IAVs? Okay. So for example, if you want any customer something, you can download this thing and you can send wherever you want. You can use however you want. Okay, this is very important. Okay, definitely they will ask in interview, right? Interview. So, okay, something where I can save my cost, where you will save. For example, customer so request you to save some cost. For example, customer getting monthly bill $1,000. Just for example, $1,000. Just is asking to save some cost for monthly. So where you will save? How to save? Just they will ask. Just you can sell. You can set these options. So I will remove unused EBS values. I will remove unused elastic IPs. I will check whether it is any low utilization instances. If it is there, I will check with the customer. If it is not required, then I will remove just something like that. So like that. You can tell them same thing. And low utilization deadlines or any ideal load balancers, any unused the DNS, the route 50 the DNS topics, those things. Okay. Same thing, security also. Security also. Till tomorrow, they'll ask. So customer just okay. So he's fretting about security on AWS. So this is a new project or project new project. Customer is upgrading about the security. So how we will convince the customer to provide security? You can just you can tell these options. Because we have these options in AWS itself, you can use these options to secure our resources, or we can use that same thing you can see here. So MFA security groups and IAM policies, roles, you can see IAM password policy, security groups, and encryption. So okay, security groups and okay, and cloud trail logging, cloud trail for monitoring purpose, and encryption. Where is encryption? Expose access keys. So you can tell the encryption is also one of the security feature. Where the encryption is, I think it is not there. Okay, something like that you can say you can tell the customer or interview something. Okay, right.
Okay. Yes.
So the trust is very useful, very useful. So there is one small topic. Glacier. Okay. As I already knows glacier. It's for archaeological purpose. Archaeological purpose. So archaeological for long-term usage. So you use the glacier. Glacier, right? Go back. Glacier. Go back. Glacier. So glacier is the alcohol storage type. So you use for data that is not accessed frequently, just long term purpose. Okay. This is the times. If you want to restore, there are different types: expedited, standard, bulk, based upon your cost, based on your pricing. So there are different levels to restore your data from Glacier. So expedited means 1 to 5 minutes you can restore. Standard means 3 to 5 hours you can restore. Bulk means you will take 5 to 12 hours. Based on your cost. For the expedited, they will charge more cost. So based on your cost or so these are the types of restoring options for data from Alchemy. Okay, Uday?
Yes, Ram. Yes.
So this is the glacier, the dashboard. You can see here, vault. In cases, what is the vault? In cases, what is the vault here?
Vault is, I mean,
This is similar to bucket. In S3, we have bucket.
okay,
So same thing. Vault is in the glacier. Same buckets. S3 buckets and glacier vault. Vault means like storage
okay,
container. You can store your objects, your data in Glacier. Bucket means buckets are the storage containers in S3. Walls are bucket containers in the Glacier. Simple. So here you can create the walls wherever you want. So okay, wherever you want you can just create. So the notifications. So that's it. So like this we can create the walls here. So if you want to upload your data, if you want to upload just that restore those things and so for Glacier, so okay, as of now, okay, so we don't have console for Glacier to upload or download the classes, all those things and all. So we don't have the console for that. If you want to upload, if you want to restore something and all, so then we have to go for the command line or that APIs that like that both Python or something SDKs. As of now, they are not supporting console for Glacier.
okay, okay,
In S3, right, you can upload, you can download something, you can do whatever you want in S3. In console, in same thing in a Vault you can't do in console. Only sorry in Glacier you can create only Vault. That's it. If you want to upload your data, restore, retrieve, change, delete, modify these things you can't do through console. So for that you have to use for the command line or SDKs, that Python, those things and all.
okay,
Yeah, so this is a glass here. So we'll see any some other small topics. Snowball. Any idea about snowball? Like any idea about snowball?
yes, it is a device which allows us to move data from on-premise to AWS
Yeah,
infrastructure.
yes, and vice versa. Same thing. Snowball is a device. Okay. So for example, we have our data in our physical data center in petabytes, not GB, MB, KBs, GB and all. It's petabytes and exabytes. Large data, not GBs and all. Not GBs, not TBs. Like huge data. Like okay. So then, if you want to migrate your data from physical data center to cloud or and vice versa, then you can go for the snowball concept. This is one device. This is one device. You can see here, this is device. Okay, if you raise request, for example, I want to migrate my on-premises data to cloud. If I raise request, so they will send this device to our address through courier. You can upload, you can encrypt, you can upload your data, and you can send back to AWS. They will upload your data into S3 and vice versa. Okay, Jose?
Yes, Ram. Yes.
So here you can see, for example, if you want to create, you can see import into Imagine S3, export from Image S3, something, whatever you want. You can just I will raise your request. Here you can provide all your address to send those things. Okay, on standard shipping, express shipping, all this. Here you can raise a request. That's it. They will validate. They will call you. They'll check with you, and they will process those things. Right. So storage gateway. Any idea about storage gateway? Any idea?
No idea, Ram.
So, any idea about like libraries, physical libraries, backup tapes, LTO tapes, and VTL, VLS, data domain?
No, I have not worked there.
Okay, at least any idea?
Yeah, tape backup is there. That is basically used for backing up large data and
Um,
to store it for a specific period of time.
okay, so here right, so okay, just leave something on AWS. In the physical something in traditional data centers, there are some tools, backup tools. So any idea about TSM, Commvault, Net Backup, Net Backup, Commvault, something there, okay, and EMC Networker. There are some tools like backup tools. Using the tools, so we can take our clients' servers data backup. And what they will do, so they will store in one tapes that they will store the data into some physical tapes in one library center. So this is like a normal concept in traditional data centers. Same thing here also, same thing here, right? So for example, I can take backup. For example, take TSM something. TSM is one of the backup tool. I can using TSM, I can take my client backups, my client server backups. Okay, using TSM tool, something using TSM tool I can take, and that backup I can save into AWS cloud. I can save into AWS cloud. In AWS cloud, I can create the tapes, like virtual tapes, in AWS. I can create the virtual tapes. Same thing like in traditional tapes. In these steps, I can store all this data. Same, okay, same. Okay. But in production, we will not use this thing. But anyway, we should know at least basics. Okay,
Okay,
Uday?
okay. So storage gateway, we are not using it in production.
Most 60 to 70% we will not use. That is different thing. Okay, so we will not use. In interview also they won't. But if they want, just they will ask. Just what that's it. What is the storage gateway? That's it. In depth and
Okay,
not ask in production also we will not use that much. Okay.
okay, okay.
You don't need to worry about it. And any small topic, VPC
That's
already.
it for today, I guess.
That's it. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay, fine then.
Okay,
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 so we'll see on Monday. Monday we'll complete DNS. Okay,
okay, okay.
we'll so already it is too late today. So my already I have so, few students are waiting since 2 weeks for start a new batch to start new batch.
Oh my God.
Already there are two. So they are waiting for since 2 weeks and say to start new batch and all. It's really a little bit late for us. So we have a DNS topic, DNS one day, and the databases one day, and so cloud cloud front. So CloudFront and the Lambda, both you can finish in one day. And direct connect, and I need one or two small topics. So one day, so cloud formation. So one day, and DNS database formation and migration. So one day, it will take one day, like it will take 2 hours, like one day, 2 hours class. And you need 3 to 4 small topics. So one day, 7 to 8 days. Just please cooperate, okay? Just 7 to 8 days.
Yes. No worries. Yes.
Because there's already just two students, okay? They're waiting since 2 weeks.
Okay. Uh, DevOps batch planning?
Sorry?
Any DevOps batch?
DevOps, yeah. So not yet decided. Okay. So once one batch is completed, then I can start the DevOps. Okay. Maybe
Okay.
we can start. Maybe not now. Not maybe after 1 month only. Okay.
Okay.
And I also I want also okay some rest and all. Okay. After taking some rest, right?